Hello again everybody and welcome back to Boozetooz. Today we're going to be going over a very unique figure. And the reason why this figure is so unique is because this figure is so big that they actually had to make a bigger box for it. I believe that this is the only figure so far that has shipped out that has this big of a box. I think the only other figure that would have this big of a box is Technoplane. But Technoplane hasn't shipped out yet. This was sold back in October of 2019. So today we are going to be going over the Spooky Souls figure, which is the Halloween release of the Swagger Souls figure. And as you can tell, Swagger is sitting on his trusty steed right there. It says Spooky Souls on the top, YOUTOOZ collectibles right there. And then on the side we have some graves right there. We have some spooky looking trees in the darkness. We also have some spooky looking orange YOUTOOZ eyes on the back with outline of a church and some more outline of spooky trees. And on this side we have some more spooky trees, but this one's extra spooky because it has some spooky eyes right there. So spooky. Then the last thing on the front, we have a full moon in back of Swagger with some clouds. Looks like he's about to roll right into Sleepy Hollow. It is now time for the big reveal. Damn! So on the front of the box here, we have some flames on the bottom. We have Spooky Souls again, number 26, YOUTOOZ collectibles. On the side, we have Spooky Souls with some bats with red eyes following them. Then on the back of the box, we have a tree right here. We have a full moon again with some clowns in front of it. We have some jack-o'-lanterns on the bottom. We have the YOUTOOZ eyes, and it looks like those are the hoof prints of Swagger's trusty steed. On the back of the box, it says Spooky Souls is the mythical 2019 release of YouTube's favorite Crusader helmet-wearing, sexy hunk of man galloping through the Sleepy Hollow. This is not the usual friendly Swagger that we're used to. This will spook anyone unlucky enough to cross his path on a chilly night. On the right side of the figure, you can see that, actually let me grab my Swagger box real quick. So on the original Swagger box, on the side, you can tell it says Yeet, which you would have seen in the Swagger unboxing that I did recently. But on this one, they decided to kind of play a pun off of that. And instead of putting Yeet, they crossed out Yeet and they replaced it with Boo. Alright, enough talking. Let's open this puppy up. Got something on. We do have something on the lid. It says, Boo, Happy Spooktober. And here he is in all of his glory. Now right off the bat, I'm very impressed with this figure. I think it's very cool. I really like the aspect that they put him on a horse to make him the Headless Horseman. I wish they kind of did something with the top part right here. They kind of made it like black or something because it just goes along with the cape. Now I actually have all three of the Swagger Souls figures. I think that they're all very unique and they're all very creative. So I definitely wanted to pick up all of them, and I'm a big Swagger Souls fan. So I think that he is like some of the coolest YOUTOOZ figures, and this one definitely does not disappoint. So starting off here, Swagger is mounted upon a black horse, which looks like kind of like a harness saddle on. The horse has black hair as well. Looks like a orange YOUTOOZ eyes on the horse, which is kind of strange because, let me see if the camera will ever focus here. There we go. It's kind of strange because on the front of the box, it actually shows the horse having red eyes. So I'm not sure if these are supposed to be red or what, but they look more orange to me. I like on the bottom how they actually did the detail on the little hooves, even though you're really never going to see this part of the figure, but they still put in the detail for it. On top of the horse, we have the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the herb smoking, smooth talking, sexy hunk of man that we all call Swagger Souls. As you can tell, he's wearing his classic off-white varsity jacket. I believe it's an off-white jacket. We got the two little O's, or the two zeros on the top of his chest. So I don't know if you guys can really tell, but there is some writing on his jacket right here. I can't really zoom in on it with the camera, but it does say Spooky Souls Fall 19. Swagger is telling his horse to move forward, to keep moving, no doubt leading the legion of gamers forward. He's wearing black shoes on the bottom, as always. YOUTOOZ Collectibles on this one, and YOUTOOZ.com on this one. He's holding his helmet on his side, which I actually really like the color they chose for the helmet. It's a little different than the original SPOOKYSOULS figure, but I really like it. It's a lot more subtle. On the back of the horse, there's a black tail right behind his cape, and I really like the cape because it says SPOOKYSOULS on it. The original Swagger figure that I have, actually on the back of his varsity jacket says SWAGGERSOULS, so I really like how they did this. But overall, I think that this is a very good figure. It's definitely a great addition to my collection. Now, I actually wanted to compare the size of SPOOKYSOULS, just so you can see how big the figure is to my other figures. So here's my original SWAGGERSOULS figure right there. So you can tell it is quite a bit taller. Here is the Santa Fitz figure. As you can tell, it is quite a bit bigger than this figure. This figure is one of the smaller figures that I have. So here's the SPOOKYSOULS figure compared to my Raccoon Eggs figure. As you can tell, the SPOOKYSOULS figure has a couple centimeters on the Raccoon Eggs one. Not too much of a difference though. But I can confidently say that this is the first time Swagger's ever been the tallest one in the room, even though he's on a horse. So I actually bought this figure on eBay for about $40, I think, $45. So it's not that bad for a price now. If you want this figure, I think you can still get it pretty cheap, but we're gonna dive right into the value of this figure right now. So as always, the SPOOKYSOULS figure is indeed sold out on the website, but you can still buy it online. I thought I'd throw this in as well. This is the only Misfits member that has had a Halloween edition of their figure come out, and I believe it's actually one of the only two Halloween YOUTOOZ releases. This one and then the Halloween one. So let's go check this out on StockX, shall we? As you can tell, the SPOOKYSOULS figure is being sold for about $40 to $45, which is around what I bought it for. So if you want this figure, it's not that much of a markup. It's only $10 more, so it's really not that bad. Or if you don't really want to buy from StockX, you can also buy from eBay, but it's around $50 on eBay for the lowest one. Thank you guys again so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, if you give it a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. I still have so many more YOUTOOZ on the way, so many more that I already have that I need to make reviews of. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any reviews. Thank you guys again so much for watching this video, and hey, post a comment down below of what your favorite YOUTOOZ figure is and a figure that is coming up still that you think that I should review. Thank you guys again so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.